This is a story for those who wish that they could truly read between the lines of the book they were reading and see the world of the story through the eyes of the author. For those who wish that they could make nonfiction from fiction. For those who wish that dreams were true. This is a story of a group of wayward friends who came together from the far reaches of two worlds to come together and to help make dreams reality. This is Hazeltown Story. Hello and welcome to Hazeltown Story, episode 37. This is the fourth part of the Tom's Diner arc, so if you're just joining us for the first time, it might be a good idea to at least start from the beginning of the arc, if not from the beginning of the series, so you can actually understand what's going on. So, with that, we are continuing, obviously, where we left off last episode of this arc, in which it turns out that some magic went awry and Bobby and Tacent have found themselves in a little bit of a pickle, which they are going to hopefully get out of. Although I will go ahead and say, due to some not in the the lore of the game or the world of the game in actual real world, unfortunately, Rafferty's been having some technical difficulties with his living situation. So, unfortunately, he was not able to join us in this session. However, everyone else was able to join. So we got full crew other than Rafferty. So we're continuing on. And that's pretty much it. Basically, our crew has been trying to find spies in the busy part of town and are trying to investigate, or last time, we're trying to investigate the Thousand Voices Club, which is a giant club in which it's basically a place where you can have a lot of spoken word acts, try to go and find something out about a hidden panel, and end up getting themselves stuck and pissing off someone who worked there. So with that, that's pretty much where we were at. If you need a brief introduction. Nothing else like game-wise, or at least episode-wise nothing else of importance in regards to like scheduling or anything, except for the fact that this is our first episode since the schedule change. So just a reminder, I put out an update last week or the week before, basically saying that Media Delta and Hazeltown Story, or Media Delta, the sister or the kind of show that happens on Tuesdays. Usually this gets up on Thursdays. In order to save me a little bit of time and kind of reduce my stress load, I am now going to release both on Thursdays, however, alternating between the two shows. So Hazeltown Story, obviously you're hearing this now. Next week will be Media Delta, and then Hazeltown Story. You probably already have seen this already, so just say this is the first one that's going there. I am not quite sure how I am planning, if I'm going to change the length of the episodes to compensate for the fact that they are now going to be further spaced apart. The thing is, though, is that part of the problem with me spacing out these episodes is because I wanted to prevent people from getting too backlogged. So we're probably going to keep these episodes short. So on to the character introductions.
So I'm Axe, and I play Aria Stragelle. Pronouns are they, them. Very tall cat doctor / mortician who also has an otter familiar. Next.
Bob. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, I'm Bobinator. I am playing Ferrus D'Ettero. That would be a he, him. He is a TV host for TV adventure survival program Whole Wild World, and he is currently here on location to change up the show a little bit.
All right, I'm Carnival. I'm playing Yuhar Govenin, they, them. They're a retired psychic pirate from the South China Sea.
I'm, of course, Deathmaster 780. I am playing Bobby, whose pronouns are he, him, the opposite of mine. Is a businessman of some sorts. He also has a guitar, and he's not afraid to use it.
I'm TorpidTypist. I'm playing Iravia, she, her. and she is basically a drifter who's good at 3 things: drinking, eating, and kicking ass. And
Yes.
has been staying here for the time being.
And now with that done, let's get on with the episode. We're going to start this off with basically the events that occurred after the brouhaha that happened at the Thousand Voices Club, where Tacent got himself stuck, got themselves stuck, and DPass was called, and things are going to happen. So basically, what happens then is that since you notified, or I think Bobby notified them first.
Well, Bobby called Toby.
Yeah. So what I was about to say is that Toby arrived on the scene first, and basically helped get Tacent unstuck, and basically took them away to go and basically took them away to places. Basically took them outside for a moment, and then waited for the rest of basically some backup, and basically kind of put them in a kind of a van, and went and basically saw that van kind of go away. And then once that happened, Toby's gonna kind of goes back into the club, because, or I should say, so Bobby, once you see that happen, what do you do?
Nothing. Bobby just continues setting up for the show.
All right.
And just waits for Toby to come back.
So Toby comes back into the building, and walks up to you, and you see him kind of looking a little bit confused, and he just kind of is like, so what are you doing?
Oh, me? I'm setting up for my show, of course. Fine job you did, officer, he says loud enough for like anyone who might be eavesdropping. Very good work. He claps a hand on the shoulder.
All right, that's very good. What were they doing in there?
An autograph? Well, I don't know. Why don't you come on over here? You and I can talk about it. He walks like the far side of the stage.
All right. Toby follows.
So yeah, apparently Tacent over there found some sort of panel or something, and was investigating it when they started making an awful loud racket.
Yeah, I see that. Trying to go invisible to try and go underneath there.
Well, apparently.
It's it's like noon. Like I figured you, like, I don't not to so to speak say anything of ill will against your group. But I figured that if you were going to do this kind of nonsense, you would at least have the common sense to do it not at noon.
Of course we're doing that at noon. There's nobody here. There's no shows or anything starting yet.
Yeah, but there's staff around.
Yes. And if they had caught them backstage, they were going to be finding a speaker for me, because mine is broken and it's making an awful racket. He flips a switch on his guitar speaker, and it starts making an awful racket. I'm like someone took a boot to it in the parking lot before he came inside.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
coincidentally, it sounded a lot. That was like the noise Tacent was making. He then flips it off.
Very interesting. Look, if now.
But the good news is now you're here, because you can help make up for Tacent's mistakes.
Yeah, about that. I don't think that really, if word got out that we
Pretty sure that guy wouldn't.
Yeah. So let me. Toby just kind of looks back towards the quote unquote mouse man. So if you I take it. I don't know how long you've been in the city. Um,
Yes.
um, there has been rumors, as far as I remember, that there is something up that people are using this club for things that have ranged from whatever you could think of having a club be used for, and like we've never really like we've been called in to take a look for things, and every single time that we've done that, uh, it's always ended with us looking like idiots.
Hmm. Well, time for revenge, I guess. Go find yourself a thief.
Okay. Uh, am I just looking for anything?
Anything that could reasonably be used as a receiver for those bugs we found. That's what we were doing here after all.
Oh, so you think that the person might be hiding something?
Of course. Those signals had to be going somewhere. Myself and Tacent were investigating here. The rest of the group was investigating that wretched hell place down the street.
Yeah, well, I guess that actually wouldn't be the worst thing to start with. D- any particular a transceiver? What kind? It could be practically anything.
Well, just anything that catches your eye, and Bobby couldn't tell the difference.
All right. Well, I suppose that we can get a crew to do that. But I will go and take a brief look around and see if I can find anything, at least at first glance. But I have a feeling with the size of this place, we're going to need a team to go through this.
Well, the best theory we had, it would probably be somewhere on the south side of the building, the closest to the diner.
It does make sense, but it's still a pretty large building. There's multiple floors in this building.
Well, do your best then. And me, I'll do mine. He strums his guitar.
Real
All
quick,
right.
where are we right now? And who's with us?
So right now we are in the Thousand Voices Club. This is right after the events of the last session in which Tacent got themselves stuck.
Okay, I see.
So basically, Toby, basically our DPAS, kind of the law enforcement, or basically the law enforcement / paramedic organization of the area, is that we have as a contact, is basically chatting with Bobby because Bobby called them. So after that, Toby just kind of walks around and just walks over to the quote unquote the mouse man, and basically tells him that he's going to take a look around, and he looks kind of still annoyed from what just happened, but yeah, he just kind of resigns himself and just kind of goes back into his office. But before he kind of goes into the back area, he kind of looks around, looks back at you, and just kind of looks at you for a bit, and then just walks back.
You mean Bobby?
Yes.
Bobby just waggles his eyebrows at him, suggestively.
He just walks back. So is there anything else you want to do at the club other than strum the guitar?
No. I said Bobby's just waiting, seeing if anyone suspicious shows up or is hanging around the panel.
All right. The only thing that you see is basically at some point, someone who looks like a tech just kind of comes up, notices the open panel, and just closes it. And then they put something in front of the opening. So with that, that leaves us with the other crew. It is just to remind everyone of the locales that you can go to. We're gonna so just to describe Welcome Square again. I just need to check. Do I have my thing that you can see. Oh, do I have?
You're looking for that mock-up image you made of the buildings?
Yeah, I thought I had a thing in here that was like,
You go ahead, describe. I'll just look for it and repost it.
yeah. So yeah, let me. Actually, I can do this real quick.
I found it.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it's a little bit more as up to date as I can get it. There. So also I have this built in. You. Okay. So a brief description of the area that we are dealing with is in a U-shaped pattern going around this square with a little kind of insert in the left side. There is a giant park that goes around the Welcome Square, which in the park there are a multitude of statues and that kind of go over the history of the area, as well as just some places that people can relax. Also, a few sports courts. In the kind of northwest of the location, you have 4 smaller but taller buildings. You have the Welcome Inn, which is a hotel. You have a clinic, which is just a clinic of the regional hospital system that has it's a clinic that can take multiple things.
You could just say that's a clinic.
Yeah, it's a clinic.
clinic.
You have the library, and you also have the Welcome Square Finance Center, which is essentially a bank. At the very top, you have the Thousand Voices Club. At the right, which is kind of spans the majority of the square, you have the Flowering Blossom Plaza, which is a multi-tiered, essentially kind of mall that has a multitude of restaurants, kind of local stores that are more like artisans, so to speak, like they're actual craft people making it. It's not like a I don't know why Claire's is the thing that's coming to mind. It's not like that kind of mall. It's more local stuff. But there's also a kind of a grassy area in front, which is a stage which people can perform at. In the very center, as mentioned, you have the Steinwald Welcome Center, which also has the open door in it. At the southwest of the square, you have the Dancing Queen, which is a discotheque, and you also have the SCA, Cineplex, which is a giant, Cineplex.
The Cineplex.
And also at the bottom, you have the Transport Center, which is basically where you can take the kind of the Sky Trolley, which is basically the if you think of the train, if you think the trolley system that's in San Francisco, or the train system in Chicago. It's a people mover. But you also have access to parking for cars and also subway.
You can get some good sandwiches.
Yes. But yes, that is where you can go in this kind of area.
I'd like to do. I'm sorry.
Just a reminder, it is around noon.
What can I do to gather everybody together? Because I feel like that's important right now.
Well, a bunch of us are going towards the Dancing Queen to investigate this card that we found.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with them.
Okay.
You're going with us anyway.
Yeah.
What I'm basically asking is, I'd like to speak with the others while we have some kind of privacy.
Sure. Well, we can go and
out here in the park.
Look.
Yep.
This is perfectly fine. No one's gonna notice us talking yet, and if they do, then that's our sign.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a look around, make sure no one's listening on us or anything. I'm gonna show them my notebook. It's got all the names of the people we were sent to look into, like you have written down. And I'm gonna tell people we need some kind of plan for investigating, if we should just go down the list one by one and try to rule people out.
You plan?
Wait, you plan?
Well, I'm asking them if they have a plan.
I think that's
It's a
think
bit
that's the
ahead,
thing.
going a bit ahead, because the plan at the moment was just looking for like listening equipment or receivers to the bugs.
Yeah, mostly they also tend to fly by the seat of their pants.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more wondering if we have like any idea where we're going to start. I guess starting at
we're
the
gonna-
club would work.
Yeah, we're gonna case the disco.
Yeah, sure. Case the disco.
It's gonna suck, but we will.
Disco's not that bad.
You're wrong. You're very
There's
wrong.
a reason why he refuses to go.
Incredibly
Alright.
wrong.
In that case, I'll go with them to the disco, like I said.
All right. So you all walk into the disco, and it is, relatively quiet. It is noon. So people are mostly in there to kind of set up. Like the music isn't really going. There is a bar in the area, and there is actually a small restaurant inside. But it is not as lively as you would imagine one of the biggest discotheques in the city being.
Fucking noon at a disco, of course it's not lively.
It just opened.
So it is mostly just people who work there, kind of. And as you walk in, you see to the immediate side, you see a bar that kind of wraps around this very long building that has also a bunch of different kind of seating area, or like kind of different seating like places. You see the large dance hall that's the dance floor that's kind of in the center of it, that takes up a good majority of the area. You can see that the kind of seating goes all the way to the back and kind of wraps around. You can also see a staircase going up to where there is more kind of seating, and also where some of the offices are. You see a handful of people, like maybe like 5 or 6, kind of roaming around, just kind of checking what's going on in some of the, like, just kind of setting things up and cleaning and all that.
Okay, who has the card?
I do.
Okay.
And the card is just like a business card for this place, right?
It's a
Yes.
business card, and apparently on the back it has some line items, some numbers, and some text written out.
Also, another thing to note is that on the card, the person whose name is on it is Ember King Fisher, and the job title is owner.
Wow, that's a randomly generated name if ever I fucking heard one.
Look,
So I'm gonna look at the others. I'm gonna tell them I have an idea. I'm gonna tell them that I could probably use, my whole fame and everything to try and get the owner out where we could speak to them if we have a plan for what to do next with them.
I mean, that sounds that sounds like it's gonna run smoother than what my first idea was. So,
What was your first idea?
knocking on the door.
Yeah, that's bad. I was just gonna hit up the bartender, but okay.
So we're both cool with that. Me just kind of announcing myself and seeing if I can use that to my advantage, get the owner out.
Okay, but what are we going to do once we get the owner out? What's the plan?
You have the business card, don't you?
Yeah, but we don't know what the stuff on the back means, if it's anything super important to them.
I mean, we can get him talking. I'm a telepath, so just get him talking about stuff, and I can brain him.
I hate that you do that. It's so gross.
But yeah, you guys just get him talking on something that may be related to just get him talking, and I can just start scanning through recent memories and see what we can pull up.
You know,
Okay,
you two can do the talking. I'm gonna head to the bar.
so I'd like to find some of your works here real quick.
okay. So you just try and flag someone down?
Yeah.
All right. So someone who is cleaning one of the tables kind of looks up and sees you kind of make a motion and just kind of walks up to you and say, is there something that I can help you with?
Do they look like they recognize me even a little bit?
No.
Okay, then. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce myself, introduce my show, give them a business card, and tell them I'd like to speak with the owner and kind of maybe get an interview going about this place for my show.
Okay. He just kind of looks at you. He's like, well, he's not that busy at the moment. I think. Oh, it's noon. He's in a meeting right now. But once he's done with that, I'm sure that they could probably take a look into it, I guess. The person just kind of looks at your card and is kind of like, oh, okay, I guess that's a thing.
I will tell him thank you, and I will. I guess I will wait with.
He just kind of looks like, I don't know when they're going to be done, so why don't you, I guess, hang around?
I guess I'll sit with Iravia at the bar. That's where they are, right?
Yes.
Okay.
One thing that we neglected to ask Tom that now I'm thinking about it is the times that they noticed these people arriving in the diner. The suspects that we have.
So one thing that he gave you in his list is actually should be times and just out of character. I think that's actually listed in yes. That's actually listed in your notes. Or in the lore. I don't know if I mentioned that last time, but he did also mark down when people were coming.
All right.
So if you go over, I'll just do it this way.
I was just scrolling up and I didn't see the notes.
There.
Lore. Okay. Okay, so they gave us generalized times, not more precise times. Okay.
Yep, they gave you general. It's more general. So did anyone else? So basically, now at this point, Ferrus and Iravia are at the bar.
Right.
So Aria and Yuhar, what did you want to do?
I guess I'm just gonna wait at the stay at the bar and wait till our target shows up. Then at that rate,
For everyone to get drunk.
All right. Aria, is there something you specifically wanted to do?
I take a look around. Is there anything of note at the moment, or is it just staff kind of shuffling around, getting the place ready to open?
Yeah, it's mostly staff just shuffling around.
All right. Well, let's see. Most of these things are. So I'm assuming we all have access to these notes.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like a number of these are afternoon, evening kind of shifts. So I think I'll follow suit and take a couple shots.
All right. So as you all sit down, the bartender is there. Let's just say he is let's just say he is I don't know. Let's just, I'm just gonna be boring and go with the most common thing here. He's a kind of taller, burlier kind of rabbit man that goes by the name of John. Brown furred, this kind of.
John the Rabbit.
What a lame name.
John's a
Look,
fine
at
name.
least it's not going to turn into a Family Guy character.
Peter.
No more. God, I can't believe that Stuart Griffin.
Peter the Rabbit.
No, well, it's better than Stuart Griffin, the white supremacist.
So anyway, I'm just gonna look at this guy and kind of just introduce myself real quick and see if he notices me.
So he kind of takes a look and he's like, "Oh yeah, I think I've seen you on TV before. You have that nature show, right?"
I'll tell him I do.
Huh.
God, somebody actually watches that shit?
Just gonna look at you. Just real blank look.
It's like, yeah, like I like to get out in the woods every once in a while, and yeah, watching you kind of stuck in the city most of the time. So watching you gets me out there, at least vicariously through you.
Well, I'll tell him I'm glad you enjoy it, and I'll ask him a little bit about himself. I'll ask him about his job at the bar and how that's going for him and everything.
Well, I used to live out in used to live out out west a little bit and came to the city to kind of see what was going on here. Worked here for probably about a year now. Kind of like it. It's a definitely a different pace. You see interesting people here.
I'm gonna ask him what sorts of people.
I mean, quite literally anyone. I've seen young people, old people, all sorts of people, people from around, people from far away, just all sorts of different people.
I guess I should ask him how far away he's talking.
Mostly, I mean, I've seen people from I've seen people from the other planet, like when they've come here on business.
Why would they ever want to come to a disco?
Well, people's what they do to relax. They can't decide that really. What relaxes them?
It's true. You can't account for bad taste. You're right.
Just I guess some people just want to come here to kind of see what's going on. Also, I see a lot of people coming here from around, the American type, the European type, just coming here because it's one of the few places you can get alcohol freely.
So I'll ask him to straight up. So they get a lot of people from America here.
Yeah, it's most common. I mean, we're pretty close to the border. Also, it's a big city.
So sorry. Not even a disco deserves that. Look, I've been chased by the feds, alright? The place sucks.
I'll mention I've been there once or twice for an episode. It was okay.
John just kind of overhears a conversation, just kind of raises an eyebrow and just kind of, in a very, I've heard this spiel before, just kind of goes back to his work.
I'm just saying, I've been a lot of places, and usually I don't get chased by the government immediately.
Oh, I'm going to ask John what the busiest hour usually is around here.
Well, probably going to say sometime between, I don't know, say maybe between 9 and midnight.
I'm going to write that down.
So, I mean, how's the job for you?
It's been going good.
So what do you do around here? Just tend the bar?
Pretty much. Clean up after a while. Make sure no one really gets into any mischief.
No.
What kind
How
of
do they pay?
mischief could you get into at a discotheque?
Well, you get drunk and you eye the wrong person, and people tend to get angry. I make
Okay,
sure
what
that
if you
they.
eye the right person? Do they still get angry? This is important.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, what if you eye the right person? Do they still get angry? This is important.
Not as far as I've seen. Actually, complete opposite, in fact.
Ugh. Do you have to clean the bathrooms?
Only if we show up late.
Ugh.
I'm kind of just going to make a face too.
Do not envy them.
I will look at John. I'll tell him that I'm hoping to cover this place part of a new episode. I'm looking forward to talking with the owner and trying to get some information on this place. Maybe come back for some pictures.
This is kind of outside of your territory.
I'll tell him that I got. Sorry.
But if you want to see the boss is pretty friendly, so I think he's in a meeting right now, but once he's done with that, should be fine to talk to.
Gonna film the disco suit in its natural habitat.
John just chimes in. It's urban jungle.
I like you, John. You're all right.
John just nods and kind of has a quaint smile.
So I will say I'm willing to wait and look at the others and say I will wait as long as they're willing to.
All right. Well, I think it usually takes he has this meeting every about this time every week, and it takes usually about an hour. So should be good once he's done with that.
Who's he meeting with?
I'm not fully certain. Don't really talk to them that much. It's a kind of a younger, this young horse lady. God, I think she's probably about mid-20s. Got purple hair with a green highlight in it. Real interesting hair.
Wait, does that match anything we know?
That's what I'm exactly looking. It's like
It does.
No.
Looks like it does not.
No.
Damn.
I'm gonna hold up my notebook and just very quickly shake my head.
Young people, am I right? Says Iravia, who looks like she's in her late 20s.
John is like, yeah, I suppose.
They're all in their late 20s.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, yes.
Everyone except for Bobby, who's a double that age.
Yeah, but also a dragon, which also translates differently.
Still, Yuhar's gonna just, I guess, probably just drop drop a tip in early. Just say, here, I'm gonna just put this in for covering for something proper for some nights that you're probably gonna end up having.
He just kind of looks and it's like, thanks.
I'm
Nope.
gonna. Sorry.
No problem. And then Yuhar's gonna walk off from the bar.
I am so sorry.
I'm gonna tip him too and slip him a promotional pack about the show. It's got like pictures, schedules, and all that.
All right, he just kind of is like, oh, thank you.
I'm so sorry for both of them.
So,
Serve anything good around here?
well, we got a pretty good mix considering, you know, all this stuff's not pretty. Usually you find the places that serve alcohol around here just serve like pretty mostly beer and just kind of wine. We actually have a pretty full stock selection.
Yeah, just give me whiskey.
All
What
right.
wine pairs best with disco?
Is that going to be something your character says, or is
Yes,
that actually?
I'm asking both in and out of character.
As I say, well, the wine that kind of mixes or with disco, a lot of it.
I'm gonna look at him at John as to ask for like their best local flavor
Of wine?
of anything, whatever he thinks is best and is local.
I love putting Lolo on the spot with liquor.
Just make something up.
Sure. He just kind of thinks about it and he's like, Internally, he's like, what's the most expensive thing I can think of on the spot? Well, our local tastes kind of tend to change a lot, but we just recently got in this really nice aged whiskey here. Just got a couple bottles in. It's a little expensive, though. It's very nice, I can assure you.
I'll tell him that'd be great.
All right. So he pours you a shot and just kind of slides it over.
We're not tracking money in this, are we? I don't know if I've written down how much
No, we're
money
not.
I have. Okay,
No,
so
we're-
let's pay him then. You know, just pay him and drink it.
Yep.
Just gonna do one though, because you know we're on business.
All right.
So
So
at this rate, can I actually just do a like general observation check for just looking for any like obvious or not obvious, but like out of place things to come back to later?
sure. You can do a perception check. Let me see. How about rather than me giving you a difficulty level, how about you give me a difficulty level and I will give you something appropriate, so to speak.
2 purples.
All right. Roll a perception check with 2 purples. And let me get this.
I believe in you.
All right. So let's see. 3 successes,
Wow.
one threat.
Nice.
So you kind of look around and you notice that some of the trash is still like they're still picking up. It must have recently opened, so there's still quite a bit of trash around. And you notice on I take it you kind of go all over. You kind of walk in the back as well.
Yeah, walking back to wall, going through case in the place.
So you notice underneath a booth that's on the side of the wall. You kind of take a look underneath it, and you notice you see a essentially a blank business card on it, nothing printed on it, but on it you find a let's see, you find a let me work real quick. You find a business card on it that written on it in pen is the name Leland, and also on it is a drawing of 3 eyes.
All right, I'm gonna just send a telepathic ping to everybody else, just saying what I found. And
as you do that, you see one of the people that's cleaning around. They notice you doing that, and they kind of walk over to you a little bit. And they're like, "Oh, sorry about that. It's a little messy at the moment."
oh, no problem. I'm just again, fairly new, first time really giving just a look around. I heard this disco place was fairly popular, so I just thought show up early before the party, see the kind of aesthetics of the place. It's quite nice.
Oh, thanks. I guess. Yeah, if you have any garbage, I don't feel like, just if you don't mind, just let us know so we can kind of pick it up.
No problem. I'm guessing at this point, Yuhar's gone ahead and just pocketed the card, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. Thanks again. Thanks for all the work you put into this place. I know you don't always, you have some of the jobs that people tend to just make worse. So, you guys are doing a great job.
But-
And Yuhar starts walking back over to where the rest of the group.
Thanks. Okay. So you walk over to the rest of the group?
Yeah. Since there's no point in doing the ping at this point, just give Aria, give the group just a nudge and just found something.
I'm gonna lean in real close to Yuhar and ask them, what are the 3 eyes about?
Fuck if I know. It's a weird thing on a card, which usually is a sign that either there's some drug transactions, there's a cult, or a little column A and a little column B.
I'd like to roll Knowledge Society.
All right.
Oh man, is there anything I can use to help me with this?
Let me take a look. What talents do you have? When you purchase, okay, so you do. Okay, so you do have 2 specialist knowledges,
But not for Society.
not for society. Research.
What is Flash of Insight? I need to look that up. Hang on.
Let's see. You would. I mean, you do technically also have researcher, which that really doesn't play until you roll yet. Let's see. Has that been known for? Okay, so I would say just do it. Yeah.
Okay, would Applied Research or Flash of Insight do anything?
Flash of Insight. Let me check. Flash of. Oh, God damn it! It's one of these.
Sorry, I don't know this already. It won't tell you on the actual sheet for some reason.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And to be fair, don't feel bad about this because we all don't use talents as much as we probably could.
Yeah, that's that's
Mine are mostly combat oriented, so
yeah. Let's see. Flash of Insight. As a tier 1.
Okay. When your character creates triumph in a check, roll 2 bonuses and add the results to the check, in addition to spending the triumph as usual. So I guess I just gotta go ahead and roll it. I'll do that now.
Yeah, you just need to roll it.
All right. What difficulty is that?
Oh, let's call that. Thinking about society. Let's have that be a hard, which is
that's
3.
Okay. Okay, that is a triumph with
Oh God, we have this thing again. Okay.
and that means I roll 2 bonuses.
Okay, so we're gonna house rules this because just give it a reroll.
Okay.
Because this is a very for the people listening at home, the roll outcome was 2 failures, 3 threats, and a triumph. And we had a problem last time in which a triumph was rolled, but it still counted as a failure. Which we were thinking of house ruling that to make that a success, but with what that is, I'm just going to say that count that as a reroll.
Okay, well that's a 1 failure.
That is 1 failure, so that is just you do not recognize what it is.
your rolls are astounding.
I guess I can try my own knowledge society, see if I heard anything just out on the open seas. But
So Yuhar, I will actually give you you actually get a boost to that because you've seen this before.
oh, it's still a hard check, right?
For you, it would be a easy check, which I think is 1.
Okay, 1, and I guess 1 blue die, or is that the boost? Is
Give it a blue die too.
Oh
Well,
boy.
So that is a failure and 3 advantage. So what we'll say with this is you don't remember exactly what it is, but you feel like you've seen it before.
Can I look at it?
Sure. Go
Should we
ahead
start
and-
using some story points or something?
Actually, how about this? Because this would make more sense. Carnival, I'll let you redo that roll as a knowledge occult.
all right. Let's see how that goes.
Fucking wizard shit.
Oh, I have less die knowledge occult, so that's
But it's easy.
all right.
Yeah, when has that helped at all?
Do I keep the boost or?
Keep the boost. God damn it.
Can I fucking do it? I need to see if this will
Roll
pan
it.
out.
Roll it.
Okay. Mind if I burn?
Yes, burn.
Bird.
Burn
Okay.
it.
So this is gonna be depressing. Is it easy for me or is it hard?
It is easy for you because you also have seen it.
Yeah, okay, this will be hilarious. Boost die?
Yes. You
Rutland.
you got 1 advantage, which is not a success, but you did not fail. I mean, you did fail, but you didn't roll a failure.
Aravia, this seems familiar. I just can't put my. Does this look familiar to you?
Oh, no, it seems familiar, but a lot of things seem familiar to me.
Hey, Bobby,
I
can
will-
you come over and do a knowledge society
No,
roll?
fuck off. You're busy preparing.
I mean, I also have a pretty good occult.
Yeah,
knowledge.
Sure.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Aria.
Yeah.
Try it. Give it a try. This is.
Yeah,
this is
Aria.
easy.
So you don't get the boost try because you have not seen it before, but you can roll either knowledge society or knowledge occult.
My knowledge society is trash, so I'll go with knowledge cult. What's our
Go
difficulty on
for occult. Go 2
purple?
2 purple.
All right. Fuck
Nope.
me. What is
So-
with these dice rolls?
So that is a failure and an advantage. So all of you kind of feel like you've seen this before, but can't quite remember what exactly it goes for.
At this point, I'm gonna hold on
This-
to this. Let's go. We'll bug Bobby. I'm sure maybe he'll remember.
No, I'm busy drinking. You do that.
I will quietly ask we should look at the library or something.
That's a good idea, actually. We could probably make a trip over there and be back within an hour.
So since I have some advantages and threats to play with, are you doing this in front of John? Are you doing this at the bar?
I would imagine so.
And that's where Ravi has been the whole damn time.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we didn't mention we moved, so
Yeah. So John kind of takes a look, just goes over and is like, "Oh, what you looking at?"
we found this thing that was just around in here. Don't worry. It was just some weird thing that I found.
can I try something?
Sure.
I'm gonna tell him it looks like it's some kind of old-timey pinup card like they used to have like 100 years ago, and that we don't really want to be showing it around in public, and roll my deception.
Okay.
You know what I'm referring to, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna do deception then.
Okay. That is going to be an opposed check. Let me think about what. Okay, first off, let me figure out what the opposition to deception is.
Vigilance, I believe.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's vigilance.
Let's see. Deception is in fact vigilance. So you're also dealing with a bartender, who is also a bouncer, kind of. So their vigilance is going to be high, or relatively high. So that is going to be. Let me think. That is going to be.
Can you spend story points before a roll? Does it have to be, or does it have,
No, it has to be
after?
before.
Okay.
So you can spend another story point.
Only one?
I mean, yes.
Do we really want to be burning all our story points this early on, though?
Actually, how about this? I'm going to burn a story point and make it harder.
Okay.
So I will give you an extra point. So that is going to be roll your deception against, let's say, 1 purple and 2 red.
Okay. This is a bad idea.
Idiot!
Yeah, it's
You got 2
happening anyway.
successes and a threat. So he just kind of is like, okay, and just kind of walks away for a bit.
I'm just gonna quietly looking at everybody and say we should go now.
Yeah, we'll be back anyway. So
All right, so I take it you leave,
Yeah.
or
probably.
do you want to wait around for or him to get ready? Because I'd say like that burnt at least like 30 minutes,
okay. So,
maybe 30, 45 minutes.
Could I
One
use
person
my
can stay behind and wait.
wait, X. What are you saying?
Could I possibly use my charm to see if I can get more information out of John?
Sure.
All right. Essentially what I'm aiming for is I want to see if he's seen anything that may have seemed out of the ordinary in the discotheque in the last couple of weeks.
So I'll just say that you can just ask him that, and that wouldn't really count as a roll. And he just tries to think. He's like, or at least just from asking, he's just kind of see a lot of odd things, but nothing really like super out of the ordinary. It's not that I think about it.
Nobody that stands out to you as odd.
No, well, the problem is we get a lot of odd people generally, so any specific odd people is kind of has to be super odd, but you can't really think of any. No one we've had to kick out. No one we've had to do anything with.
The hell kind of club is this then?
Because out of context, or out of character, rather, the only character that we know of that has any ties to the Dancing Queen is Dolores. So I'm trying to see if maybe they've seen this particular. Maybe I should ask that. I kind of confer with character names, Ferrus, over the notes, and ask if they've managed to see a wolf in the early 30s at any point in the discotheque.
Have I?
Not you, if John has seen.
Let's see. Well, you see occasionally there's a lot of wolves coming out of the border. Any particular other description for him?
They'd be about average size.
Not that I've noticed. I'll have to take a look. But if I problem is that I see so many people that I'm not really looking out for anything in particular until it gets called out.
I mean, we have the name for Dolores, right? So why don't we just drop the name?
Yeah, we could probably go with that too. They might have identified themselves as Dolores.
Dolores. That's a kind of old-timey name.
It's an old lady name, yeah.
Not. I'd have to really think, but not at the top of my head.
People don't tend to get too friendly around here, do they?
Well, they do, but then only they're trying to get friendly with everyone else. This isn't exactly a kind of bar. I'm usually just part of the side. I'm not usually the main attraction, so to speak.
Ah, but you're a bartender. And you're the person people go to when they want to get a refreshment.
Yeah,
You're the person they want to talk to when they've got some burdens to unload.
Yeah, well, the problem is that usually the music gets a little bit too loud, and I only hear half of it. You'd be surprised what a good nod can kind of convey to someone.
I guess the only other thing I can think of would be a little too I'm worried about asking this question because it might be giving stuff away. But have you seen or have you how to word this?
As I say, what are you trying to ask?
Basically, I'm trying to hint at like seeing something in like the trash being picked up, something out of the ordinary, something that shouldn't be there. In cleaning up the discotheque every night, has anything kind of surfaced that would raise eyebrows?
Hmm.
I don't want to go too on the nose with the question. I'm trying to lead.
Maybe you could ask, like, have you seen anything odd kind of discarded in the club?
Yeah, have you seen anything odd discarded in the club?
Well, you'd be surprised at and kind of disgusted at the things we've kind of seen get used in the club.
I wouldn't be surprised, but definitely disgusted.
Nothing I'd like to repeat.
I'll tell him, please don't. Please don't repeat any of that.
John just gives a chuckle.
Look, I thought you were gonna do a whole thing on discos in the wild. Like, it's a big part of it.
I'll tell him that we have censorships to deal with.
I don't see any cameras at the point, but I'll. There's some things you just don't repeat because it's just fun things about the job.
It's a carnival of flesh, a disgusting den of debauchery, but not even the fun kind.
You really do not like discos, do you?
Disco is terrible. Do I look like the kind of person that enjoys disco?
I will
You don't
say
look
that.
like the kind of person who enjoys a lot.
I was going to say that first.
You guys are learning. Nice.
I mean, there are things I enjoy. You just don't want me to enjoy them.
Yeah, that's the other part of the job you're going to learn soon. So, come on.
All right,
All right.
That's really all I can think of.
All right. So are you gonna go and wait around for the person to get out of the meeting?
Yeah, let's do let's do that interview first and then head to the library
Sounds good.
or meet up with Bobby, depending on what happens.
Well, what I was going to do from a narrative standpoint is if that's all what you're going to do, I was going to actually see what Bobby was doing because I don't want to leave Death DM out.
That's fine, yeah.
I'm just gonna nurse my whiskey in the meantime.
All right. So while they're doing that, so Bobby, what are you planning on doing?
Is it showtime yet?
It's not one yet.
Then continue on with the others.
All right.
Unless
Okay.
Toby's done searching the rooms.
Yeah, we're gonna go over to the other thing while I actually think about what I could possibly have that done, or think about what Toby might have found. Okay, so let's go back to the discotheque real quick. So you're all gonna sit at the bar, and while that's going on,
And I am at least.
I mean, I'm faking being Ferris's cameraman so I can start doing the mining, the braining.
Brain bore.
all right. Well, as you're all sitting there, you you kind of all are sitting at the desk or sitting at the bar, and then from up top, you see dressed in let's just say very casual kind of clothing, a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, just walking down the stairs from the top area, basically a 25 or around 20 or mid 20s horse lady that has purple hair with a bit of green highlight in it, matching kind of the description that you mentioned, the person that the guy tends to meet with. And you see her, or she just walks down the stairs. John sees her walk down the stairs and just kind of goes like, "Oh, looks like the boss might be done. Looks like he's done with an appointment."
All right, Ferris, you're up.
Okay, we go in the library?
No, the boss is out, so...
Okay. All right, so...
Actually, before that happens, Iravia, do me a favor.
Yes.
Roll a percentage die.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, let's roll one of these. Got a 38.
Okay. Ed, she just the lady is just kind of walks out, or doesn't really notice you all, and you see.
Yeah, that's fine because I was gonna
walk up.
intercept her anyway.
All right. You yeah, so I take it. So how do you do this?
I get out of my seat and I walk up to her. She's walking by, and I just go in for a handshake. Just right away, I'm just like, "Hey, nice to meet you. What were you talking with the boss about?"
She just kind of looks at you and is like, hi there. I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
All right,
Well,
at that point, I'm gonna Yuhar is
No,
gonna brain.
Don't fucking brain bore right away. God damn.
Fine, I'll wait till you're finished.
Okay, so then Iravia, clearly seeing that she's been fucking left out to dry with a handshake, immediately puts a hand on the woman's shoulder and just goes, "Okay, that's fine, but what are you doing around here anyway? Like, what do you see in a disco?"
I see a job opportunity.
Oh, what do you do, out of curiosity?
Well, as you can, and she just thinks is like, she kind of thinks for a moment. Do me a favor, actually.
Yes.
Oh, hold on, let me. So, oh,
Damn,
God.
you're a monster.
Let's see.
It's not like it hurts them or anything.
I'm just trying to think about what skill do I want to do. See, the problem is that there's no opposition to perception checks. Do me a favor and roll cool. Roll average cool.
Oh, this is sad, actually. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God.
All right, so you've rolled one failure.
Mhm.
So as you pat her on the shoulder, and she just kind of takes a look at you, and she sees the crew kind of behind you. She just kind of thinks is like, do I know you?
I don't know why you would. Are you supposed to?
So so just like, I feel like I've seen you before, or I feel like you might have met somewhere.
Could we have? I mean, maybe. I've met a lot of people, and I don't remember all of them. Though I would remember someone like you, probably.
Okay, at this point, Torpid, can I go ahead with the brain bore?
No, just give me a minute. If it hasn't gone completely south yet.
And she just kind of thinks it was like, all right, why are you interested in what I need to know, or what I do?
You know, you look different. You looked interesting. And also, this place is dead, and I need someone to talk to that isn't those people. She just points a thumb over at the crew.
The crew. And she just kind of looks over and is like, what does your crew do?
I don't know what they do. I just do odd jobs.
And she just kind of thinks about it and is like, It's like, she just kind of thinks about it and just kind of looks you over 1 second. It's like, oh, is your name? I'm like, this might sound silly. Is your name Irene something? Iris?
Okay, so it is a rare name. And you're close. It's Iravia. And what might yours be?
She just kind of looks at you and is like, and she just gets a big smile on her face. And she goes, my name's Somnia. You know my girlfriend.
Oh. Oh no.
Thank you for listening to Hazeltown Story. If you would like to get updates on this show and many other shows hosted by me, LoloDePuzlo, you can follow at Hazeltown Story on Twitter. And if you would like to get to know me more from a personal standpoint, You can follow my personal Twitter at LoloDePuzlo. If you would like to watch this be recorded live, you can go to twitch.tv/LoloDePuzlo and follow the channel for notifications of when this show, as well as other shows like Retro Rank Rhapsody, are being recorded. If you would like to add this podcast to your podcatcher of choice, you can search for WLDP Hazeltown Radio and find us on most major podcatching search engines. Or you can manually add rss.hazeltown.life to your podcatcher. Thank you for listening, and I hope you come around for the next episode.